The moon hung low and heavy in the night sky, casting long shadows over the crumbling estate of Blackwood Manor. Its once grand facade now stood in eerie silence, choked by ivy and time. The town's children whispered legends about the mansion's past, of a family who vanished without a trace and a curse that tainted their home. As midnight approached, a group of friends, Eli, Jenna, Marcus, and Lila, gathered at the manor's gate, their breath visible in the cold air. They had come to test their courage, fueled by youthful bravado and the promise of a ghostly adventure. "You sure about this?" Eli asked, adjusting the flashlight in his trembling hand. "I heard the place is really messed up." "Come on, Eli," Jenna replied, her voice a mix of excitement and nervousness. "We're just going in for a look around. We'll be fine." The gate creaked as they pushed it open, the sound slicing through the stillness like a knife. The friends exchanged glances and stepped onto the overgrown path leading to the front door. The front door, adorned with tarnished brass handles, gave way with a reluctant groan. Inside, the mansion was a cavern of dust and decay. Moonlight filtered through shattered windows, illuminating the motes of dust dancing in the air. Their flashlights flickered erratically as they moved forward, casting long, jittery shadows on the walls. "Check out this place," Marcus whispered, his voice reverberating in the empty space. "It's like a museum of horror." Lila, more fascinated than frightened, scanned the room. "Look at these old portraits. The people in them look sad. Or maybe they're just creepy." The portraits, faded and grim, seemed to watch their every move, their eyes following the intruders as they ventured deeper into the manor. The air was thick with the smell of mildew and old paper. The group moved cautiously through the grand hallway, its once majestic chandeliers now coated in cobwebs. As they reached the staircase, a sudden noise, like the sound of something heavy falling, echoed from the upper floors. Jenna's eyes widened. "Did you hear that?" "Probably just the house settling," Eli said, though his voice lacked conviction. "Let's keep going." They ascended the stairs, their footsteps muffled by the threadbare carpet. At the top, they found themselves in a corridor lined with closed doors. The atmosphere grew colder, and an oppressive silence enveloped them. Lila reached for the nearest door. "Let's see what's in here." The door creaked open to reveal a dusty bedroom, its furniture draped in white sheets. A sudden gust of wind, though the windows were closed, flapped the sheets like restless spirits. Lila's flashlight beam caught something glinting on the floor, a small, tarnished locket. She picked it up, and as she did, the temperature in the room plummeted. A chilling breath seemed to whisper past her ear. She spun around, but there was no one there. The group regrouped, their nerves fraying. "This place is seriously weird," Marcus said, his voice edged with fear. "Let's head to the basement," Eli suggested, trying to sound brave. "That's where the really creepy stuff is supposed to happen." Descending into the basement, they found themselves in a labyrinth of dusty old storage rooms. The air was thick and suffocating. They turned a corner and stumbled upon a small, locked door with a rusty padlock. Jenna's curiosity got the better of her. "What do you think is behind this?" Marcus, trying to lighten the mood, joked, "Maybe it's a secret treasure." With a combination of strength and determination, Eli managed to break the padlock. The door creaked open to reveal a dark, musty room filled with old furniture and boxes. In the center of the room stood an ancient-looking mirror, its surface covered in grime. As they approached the mirror, the temperature dropped sharply. Eli wiped the dust from the mirror's surface. They peered into it, expecting to see their own reflections. Instead, they saw a scene from the past, a family sitting at a dinner table, their faces twisted in expressions of terror. A scream tore through the air. The friends turned to see Lila standing frozen, her face pale. Behind her, a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. It was indistinct, but seemed to have a human shape. Panic set in. The friends fled the basement, their footsteps echoing wildly. They sprinted down the hallways, the shadowy figure seemingly pursuing them. The house seemed to shift around them, hallways stretching and turning in impossible directions. Reaching the grand foyer, they collapsed in exhaustion. The front door, however, was now stuck shut, no matter how hard they pulled. Desperation gripped them. "We have to get out of here," Jenna cried, tears streaming down her face. Eli, shaking, took out his flashlight and noticed something strange on the floor, ancient symbols etched into the wood. He realized they were in the mansion's heart, the place where the curse had originated. "This house is cursed," he said, his voice trembling. "We have to break the curse to escape." The friends gathered their courage and followed the symbols, which led them to a hidden room behind a panel in the wall. Inside, they found a dusty journal and an old book of rituals. The journal revealed the truth. The Blackwood family had dabbled in dark magic, summoning a malevolent spirit that had claimed their lives and trapped their souls within the mansion. The ritual book contained a way to appease the spirit and lift the curse. With shaking hands, they followed the ritual instructions, chanting and performing the required actions. The shadowy figure reappeared, more defined now, its eyes glowing with a spectral light. It advanced menacingly, but the friends held their ground, completing the ritual with every ounce of their willpower. As they finished, the shadow let out a wail, the sound reverberating through the mansion. The oppressive air began to lift, and the temperature returned to normal. The shadowy figure dissipated into nothingness, leaving behind an eerie calm. The front door creaked open, and the friends fled the mansion, gasping for fresh air. They glanced back at Blackwood Manor, now silent and still, as if the malevolent presence had been finally banished. The mansion was later found abandoned, its cursed legacy seemingly laid to rest. The friends, forever changed by their encounter, never spoke of that night in detail. They moved on with their lives, but the memory of Blackwood Manor lingered, a haunting reminder of the darkness they had faced. Years later, as the legend of the cursed mansion faded into local folklore, the shadows of Blackwood Manor remained, a warning to those who dared to venture into the heart of darkness.